Hello and welcome to another Game Nexus arcade video. This video is going to be a little bit different than a bunch of my videos. It's just kind of going to be an introduction to something I've been working on that probably will be taking some major steps soon. But what you see in front of you is a 5-inch LCD screen and driver board. And on the screen, it's currently running a Raspberry Pi 4, which is actually right there, and it has an OpenJVS head on it, which is currently running, as you would imagine, OpenJVS. But as you can see on the screen here, we're currently running OpenJVS with Player 1 with my racing wheel, which is actually seen as generic Xbox pad. And this is the driver board with the HDMI cable plugged into it. And of course, as I said, that's all being powered by the Raspberry Pi 4 with the OpenJVS hat on the top, and you can see the cable coming out the side, which then goes into the Sega Nintendo Namco Triforce arcade board over there, which is actually a Namco NAND type board, which actually is running Super Mario Kart Arcade GP. And you can see the JVS power supply and the Triforce board are over there. And then if we just quickly pan up on the screen here, you can see there is Mario Kart Arcade GP is currently running on the TV. And let me just get back down here and I'll zoom out a little bit just to show you what I'm currently working on and why I have a Raspberry Pi 4 running on a little LCD screen here. Well, the whole point here is the Raspberry Pi and the screen will be in this partially 3D printed arcade cabinet that I have here. This will look exactly like a Sega New Net City. The bottom part here, which does not currently have like a bottom plate or a lid, will be where the Raspberry Pi will be. And then of course the top part here, which will have this little frame to hold the screen, will have that 5-inch LCD screen, and this whole thing will be the OpenJVS arcade cabinet. So the idea here is these guts here will be held in this, and then if I want to just run something with OpenJVS, just sit the arcade cabinet next to it, plug it in, plug all the things into the cabinet, and there you go. You got your JVS all running without need for basically all this junk on the table here. And the way I'm going to do it is, you'll see the control panel is currently missing because that's going to be a separate door. So here's the control panel. I'm going to print some little sticks that'll be there. They're not going to be functional, but what it's going to be like is it's going to be like a little door that'll open like this, and then the little driver board here, which is for adjusting the LCD controls, will be in here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to slot out 2 USB ports or more, considering how wide this panel is, and just have the USB ports in the front, and then you just plug your controllers into the front of the control panel. And then, of course, the way that the OpenJVS will work is that the little the USB thing for the JVS is going to pop out the back and just go into the actual arcade. And then, as I said, all the controllers will plug into the front, so I'll have USB ports ported here, and they'll just be plugged into the Raspberry Pi. And I do plan to get one of those, like, how do you call them, keyboard mouse things that looks kind of like a remote. I'll throw one on the screen right now if I can grab an image. The only other things that I don't currently have on this little cabinet here are the back part of the LCD thing, which goes on the back here, and then the marquee, which, as you'd imagine, goes on the top here. And I'm going to make some custom marquee art for that, so it's going to, like, say OpenJVS and everything and look really cool. But as you can see from the screen, OpenJVS is currently being used as the I/O board for Mario Kart Arcade GP, and it's currently simulating a Sega Type 3 I/O board. And if you see the little light on the OpenJVS board is just blinking, indicating it's like receiving and sending data back and forth over the JVS signal. And as I said, that's going to be in the bottom. Where this cabinet normally would have a fan, I'm going to put a little fan right there that'll keep some air on the Pi. It doesn't really need it, but for aesthetics, it'll look pretty good. And you know, you just want to keep your hardware nice and cool. And that'll basically be that. I plan to give the cabinet a nice paint scheme that's going to look really nice, but you'll see rather a proof of concept here. I'll show you that I can indeed press the accelerator and actually play the game. So you can see, yes, the game does fully function with these controls, and you can actually fully play it. But those are basically my concept for OpenJVS here, that we're going to have the OpenJVS arcade cabinet and have it be a fully autonomous unit that will actually function and use the OpenJVS. And I can even go one step further and put, if I need to net boot something, it could be net booted off of the Pi. If I need to run a memory card simulator that's going to actually be running initial D data cards or any data cards I need to run, then I can run that as well. And basically, it's going to more or less be the one-stop shop for all of the OpenJVS and arcade stuff that is needed on the actual arcade units themselves. And I know some people are going to say, yes, you can just emulate this these days, but it's kind of just one of those things. It's personally, I'd rather just run real arcade hardware myself and not emulate. And it's kind of cool that I don't need to have a full arcade cabinet in order to run all these games. But that's going to basically be all for me for now on this video, just kind of announcing the whole concept of the OpenJVS arcade cabinet, which literally is 10 inches, maybe a foot tall at max, but it's going to basically serve quite a nice purpose, that it's going to make just OpenJVS, for me at least, a lot more portable and a lot easier just to get everything set up if I just want to, say, play a game here and there, and I don't have to, have the Pi sitting there, have it connected to the TV, be switching back and forth between the arcade unit. So that's more or less my general concept with the OpenJVS arcade cabinet. And yeah, you'll be seeing more from me when it comes to the OpenJVS arcade cabinet soon. And of course, it goes without saying, but the next arcade video is going to be Super Mario Kart Arcade GP. And I will be posting a video of this game pretty soon. So that's all for right now for this video. And I shall see you in my next video. Bye.